Russian stock market crash following referendum announcements.
This post received a score of 31,000, with an upvote ratio of 95%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Crashed given rumors about mobilization. You mean?
Meaning what?
The stock market is worried about full mobilization of the Russian military. Currently, they're pulling from the eastern part of the country and conscripts from poor remote areas. General mobilization means that people from the big cities will be forced to fight. Pulling people out of Moscow and St. Petersburg to die in Ukraine is bad for business and bad for optics.
Putin is essentially taking a big gamble here because upsetting the businesses in the big cities for war mobilization is a huge admission that things are going badly and the Russian elite will now be affected. There's a higher risk that someone in the elite will be disposed to trying a coup.
He just needs to pull out of Ukraine and say, "We did it," to the Russian people and then pretend the whole thing never happened. At this point, that's the only winning move for Putin. From now on, every day Putin doesn't do that, he loses. Every day he doesn't do that, he expands the magnitude of his loss.
Russians will start wondering why the Ukrainian border hadn't moved and now is heavily militarized on the Ukrainian side. They probably are going to allow cross-border traffic again, but you better believe they're going to make it a pain in the ass for Russians to cross into Ukraine for any reason.
They could just say they took care of the Nazis and graciously gave the land back to their good friend, Ukraine.
Do you see any more Nazis? Nyet, mission accomplished.
Reporter, did you ever see any Nazis? Soldier, nyet, jumps out of window.
Pushed out of window. Defenestration.
Greater than market crash comes after the Public Council of the Kherson region has asked the head of the region, Volodymyr Saldo, to urgently hold an immediate referendum on Russia's accession. Urgently means, dude, they're coming, do something. One of the reasons Ukraine launched their counter-offensive now was specifically to try and stop these referendums. Ukraine doesn't want any Russian propaganda to escape eastern Ukraine. Their counter-offensive was brilliant though. They literally used a super old-fashioned maneuver to split up the Russians in eastern Ukraine, trick them into thinking they were going to launch an offensive on Kherson, so Russia sent most reinforcements to Kherson. Then Ukraine launched an attack in the other direction and decimated Russian forces on that front to secure their position. Was pretty genius and shows even in modern times when the enemy knows all your movements you can still trick them with basic strategies.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.